What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I finally got my rear sets. They came in. It only took about, I would say, maybe 3 weeks or so for them to finally come in. But in this segment, I wanted to cover the full installation of the rear sets and show you how to install them, how to adjust them, and basically what they look like afterwards. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible for complete installation. So let's get started.
Disassemble the actual linkage. That way you can put it all together on the bike without having problems lining it up. That's Dalen. Neighbor dude, cool dude. He's having fun today. Attaching the shift linkage in one piece will become a very big struggle for you. You can't get it from down below, it's not going to work. You can't get it from up high. You actually have to disassemble this part of the shifting linkage. Okay, you gotta take this off first. You'll put it back on. Then you take this off. Okay, you'll connect these together. It's the simplest way, the fastest way to put your shift linkage all together without struggle. Alright, don't put this back on, put this part on. So you're going to do it like so. And you want to line it up just right, how it was before when it came off the bike. Alright, you would tighten this down, you have your clearance, and now you have your shifter. Once all this is on here, you can make your adjustments if you like. Tighten down the lock nuts on here, making sure it doesn't come off. Make your adjustments, make sure it's nice and tight. And then you want to tighten this down so you're good to go. Another thing to learn is how to adjust the height of your actual shifter. Hold the nut on the back end and you can rotate the actual linkage itself, adjusting height however you see fit. Whatever feels best for you, just make sure that your shifter clears the rod.
Now it's very important for that shift lever to clear the rod itself or the linkage so you can properly shift. You can adjust it, but in this case I actually had to take the shift linkage and move it from the outside of the shift lever to the inside so that it would clear so I can shift into all 6 gears. In this next one I'm actually swapping out the right side, which would be the rear brake, and this would be the before and after. So let me show you how I did this.
In order to take this off, up inside this little rubber sleeve, you want to grab not this nut here, but use a box end wrench, the open end of it, and hold on to that piece. So you'll do this, and then by hand you can grab this and turn it, and it actually loosens that nut. That way you can take it off. In fact, just like so. Doing it about with one hand, it's rather difficult, but it is possible. Oh, what? What just happened? Oh! And just like that, you can take that off. And what you're going to do is you take this and run it up into the rear set for the brake in here. And I would have to say I can probably take that pin out and then run it in first. Let's see how that works. I don't know. Let's find out. Alright, after you take the pins out, which would be this one here, and then your washer, you're going to want to push on one side and then push on the other, and the clip itself will actually slide right out, but keep that. Don't lose it. Alright, this is what I was after. You want to take this to the actual brake assembly here, and you'll take it from underneath and you'll thread it on like so, and just keep this process out, run it all the way up clearly, it's able to work. But you'll take that and you'll run this up on here, and then I'll connect it to the rear set. I'm planning on changing this, so I'm not gonna make tight and operable, because this is going to be changed, so I'm not going to try to do double the work. I'm just going to mount the rear set for today, and then I'll show you in another video how to install the brake cylinder. I think it's a brake master cylinder. I'm not really sure about motorcycles on this part, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. After you mounted the brake cylinder to the actual new rear set, and you run the pin through, you want to keep this shaft or the actual sensor in line, so select whichever makes it straight and put it in, which right now that's about what I'm looking at. Remove this bracket because this will no longer be needed. It is now being held on by the actual rear set itself, so you should be good to go then. So all the pins are back in place, and you have all the actual brake cylinder mounted to your rear set, then your brakes should be operable. In this case, I'm going to have to replace this one, but at least you get the gist of it. That is how that is replaced. So now all I gotta do, put this up here, and I'm done. Kind of an image of before, after. Much better.
2 days later, my rear brakes came in, so I went ahead and I decided to install those and complete my project here and full installation. Also, I made some adjustments for the linkage on the shifter. As you see here, I moved the linkage from the outside to the inside so that it'll clear, as you can see there. Now I can shift through all 6 gears with no problem. I moved the reservoir up underneath the wheel well so that I can actually, have some clearance. And that was a complete project. So, I appreciate you guys watching my channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.